Hello, my students. Now we are going to discuss geothermal energy. So, geothermal energy. Geothermal comes from the Greek word geo, meaning earth, and the thermal meaning heat. So, geothermal energy is the energy which lies embedded within the earth. Starting from the center of the earth, it consists of the following zones: solid metallic core, molten core, mantle of solid rocks, which is around 34 kilometer thick in layers, a thin crust, that is the outer shell about 35 kilometer thick on continents and 5 to 8 kilometer thick under the ocean. Temperature range from 3000 to 4000 degrees centigrade in the core and the base of the mantle. Hence, underfoot there is tremendous heat energy which makes its presence felt in the eruption of volcanoes and in the spouting of hot springs and geysers. There are at least 7 types of geothermal resources. These are dry steam field, wet steam field, hot water, geopressure field, magma deposit, hot dry rocks, volcanoes. These are the total 7 types of geothermal resources. In these, out of these 7, the first 3 are called hydrothermal reservoirs because steam and water are involved in some form. Geopressure reservoirs obtain their heat not from the magma but from the clay and sedimentary rocks and consist of enormous quantity of hot water at extremely high pressures. The first 3 resources are best for geothermal energy production at present. Hot dry rocks is also being considered. So in firstly, we'll discuss about the dry steam field. The dry steam field, that means in this most of the desirable form of geothermal energy. This is the most desirable form of geothermal energy. The steam is clean and easy to convert into electrical power. Overall cost is considerably less than the fossil fuel or nuclear power. The geysers in California are a good example of dry steam. The typical condition of the steam are 0.7 Newton per mm square pressure and 250 degree centigrade temperature. And in case of wet steam field, such fields in the world are about 20 times more than the dry steam fields. They produce wet steam, which is a mixture of hot water and steam under high pressure. This steam is separated and expanded in the turbine to generate the electrical power. Generally, this type is present, that means we can say in Australia, New Zealand, Italy, Russia, in Japan, geothermal waters are used on a large scale as a source of heat supply. Electricity is also being generated in these countries from geothermal energies also. But in case of hot water, the hot water gushing out from the earth interior can be used to evaporate butane or freon to run the vapor turbine and thereby generate electric power, or it can be put into other uses as mentioned in the foregoing paragraph. This is mentioned here. There are about 300 non-hot springs in India located in the Himalaya, Mobile Belt, West Coastal Area, Narmada Son River region, a region in the Bihar Bengal Belt. There is a plan to utilize the geothermal energy in the Punga Valley about 250 km from the Leh. So it is about the hot water, and now we'll discuss about one type of the wet steam plant. So this is the geothermal plant. Here you can see the diagram of this geothermal plant. It is the wet steam type, or we can see the wet steam field. So here you can see the steam bells are also there in this case, and the separator is also used here. That this is the steam turbine, this is the generator. This generator is coupled with this coupling with the steam turbine, and the exhaust steam is condensed with the help of this condenser. So this is the condenser, and these are the components of this geothermal power plant. So before starting the working of this geothermal power plant, we should know about these elements or components. So now just we start the working of this plant. In here you can see the dry steam tapped out from these bells is collected and filtered in the centrifugal separator to remove abrasive particles. This steam is passed through the pipes. This is the pipe. Steam to pass through the pipes to run the turbine or steam turbine, which in turn drive electric generator, which is coupled with the electric generator to produce the electricity. The steam coming out from the turbine is condensed and injected back to the geothermal bell with the help of this condenser. It is condensed with the help of this condenser and injected back to the geothermal bells. This is the simple working of this geothermal power plant. Now come to the advantages. So the other simple advantages are there, and it is available all the year around. That it means all the year around. That means it is a renewable source of energy. It is inexhaustive. Minimum pollution, no combustion of fuel. Minimum pollution, that it means the plant give off water vapors but no smoky emissions. No combustion of any fuel. The end users are less vulnerable to fuel price fluctuations. It is cheaper in production cost. These are the simple 5 advantages are present here, and many more advantages are also there. Some of the disadvantages are there. The first one is the overall efficiency for power production is low as compared to the fossil fuel plants. That is efficiency is about 15% as compared to the fossil fuel plant, that is about 38%. The steam and hot water gushing out of the earth may contain H2S, CO2, NS3 and random gases, etc. If these gases are vented into the air, pollution will be real hazard. Noise while drilling. Much of geothermal energy is diffuse, therefore large areas are needed for its exploitation. This is the simple topic, general topic of covered in this lecture, or we have already discussed about the geothermal energy, and we will discuss in the next lecture in detail about the geothermal energy plants. So thank you very much.